It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First carry.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've cocked it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson, options out left. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
They'll start out here with the option left. And they'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run right on the option, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 2nd down, Mostert. He's got room at the 30. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Tua now on 1st down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson now. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Room here to run. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that one goes incomplete on the drag. That's what he definitely normally catches for the lead.
Based on my math, they've only given it one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down. Oh, goodness. Incomplete. What a real head-scratcher here. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Ravens have moved out in front.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds. Midfield. Back-to-back good plays on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 41, Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Tua sets up to pass it. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Tua now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to third and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's into the clear. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 are going to throw. Quick slant. Tyreek Hill with it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On a jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 77 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Don't forget the extra point. It's something good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll go option to the short side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Ravens take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker with the extra point. They will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tua. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Tagovailoa. That's swung out to Mostert.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He'll hit Mostert again here. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Now Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up second down.
Tua to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case,
and yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Back to throw is Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for two. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. And he for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
One final try for Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.